There's another universe. Please make some noise. Give me a
Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm with a very special guest, a doctor. Sorry, would you mind introducing yourself, sir?
Okay, I'm Dr. AbdulFattah Olajobi.
Sorry, what kind of doctor are you?
Um, general practice. General practice. Yes.
So my first question is, what inspired you to study medicine?
My dad. My dad actually forced me to study medicine. Yes.
Okay.
I wanted to study engineering. My dad was like, none of his older kids had gotten that kind of results in GCE or YK. It's a
Okay.
doctor's results. I mean, you have to study medicine. I was not budging, but he reported me to the family Alpha, his own Alpha, Sheikh Suglul, of blessed memory. May Allah grant him Jannah.
I mean,
So, and then he called me and encouraged me to study medicine, told me the benefits, and then I changed my mind, studied medicine. The rest is story today.
okay. Do you still feel like you might want to do engineering someday?
No, 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 no,
Mm.
no,
So you don't ever regret studying medicine?
never. I've never regretted it once. Even though I'm not practicing medicine all the time now, maybe once a week. Yes, Saturdays, that's when I practice medicine.
Oh wow.
Yes.
What do you wish you had known before you entered med school?
Um, Maybe I wish I'd known. Well, yeah, maybe that it wasn't as financially rewarding as it is, you know,
Portrait?
portrayed. Yes. Um,
But they said there is money in medicine.
well, the money in medicine is just you can be comfortable, but you can't really be rich except you become an entrepreneur.
Like business and medicine
Yes,
together.
there's more money in tech than in medicine, even without being an entrepreneur.
But you can be a med tech.
Well,
You can do med tech.
yeah, you can be. So maybe if I'd known, maybe just maybe.
What was your hardest year in med school and how did you survive it?
Ah, I think that was my fifth year in medical school. I had a lot of distraction, so I had setback. How I survived it was I had to get my I had to change my roommate, get somebody who was a, a bookish, a fico.
So your roommate was the problem.
Not exactly. That was the problem,
Okay.
but
But you just
I
had
needed
someone that was
somebody that would,
encouraging it.
yes, that would encourage me, and I would feel challenged by. I'm a very internal person. I'm internal. I don't get moved by what people do. People are rushing for tutorials. I beg, we'll be
Let
fine.
me just be where I
Let me
am.
be, yes. So, but when I made this, my friend, my roommate is a very bookish person. He likes book a lot, so it was a lot of encouragement for me. And you know,
So it made it more comfortable or easier studying medicine.
yes, and he was always reminding me, even when he doesn't say it, he's doing it. I'm doing it.
So
So
technically having a good support system works
yes,
in medicine.
yeah, in college medicine, yes. Some particular somebody that you want to look up to in some ways. Because if everybody is like, I don't send them, these guys, let them do the way they want. But this guy, I just like him, and the way he talks to me, yes, he respects me a lot. So the way he talks to me, maybe I was stubborn, so I was so distracted. Yeah,
Okay. Was the sleepless nights and all the stress later worth it?
yeah, it was worth it eventually.
Till now?
Till
With the
now.
pay?
Well, because you see, the pay may not be as much, but the name is big. What I do now, I do business now. Yes, I run a school with my wife, and I run a consulting firm, or two consulting firms. One is educational consulting firm, the other one is human capital consulting. But anytime I have to do something, even if it is in school, if it has to be teaching, or in the educational consulting firm, it has to be training or intervention, or the human capital. When I introduce myself as a medical doctor, it changes the story. Yes, it opens doors for me.
But
So
almost everybody bears the name doctor now. So do you think it's actually what?
everybody,
Yes, a lot of people graduate with. There is FAMD, there is.
no, it's different. No. What doctor are you? Medical doctor. Oh, a medical doctor. Wow.
So there's actually
Is it
pride
PhD
there.
or is it PhD? PhD. Medical doctor. Oh, medical doctor. Wow. It's different.
What surprised you the most when you started practicing medicine?
Oh, practicing.
Yes.
What surprised me the most maybe was the fact that Allah can bring back life through me. Yeah, it was a very surreal experience when I was doing my NYC and this young lady was gasping as they rushed her to the emergency. I'd written her off. Yes, like she can't make it because I was the as a copper. I was doing my NYC. As a copper, I was the one on duty. My senior medical officer was not working with me on that day because I'd worked for like maybe 2 months. I was on my own. Like this lady can make it, but let me just do the minimum. Set the line, give IV this, IV that, do that, this and do that, and then left her, and then she made it.
Muhammad, that's
Yes,
good. Alhamdulillah.
so I'll say that I started
Okay.
practicing.
What's one harsh truth about being a medical doctor in Nigeria?
I think it's still the pay. The pay is not so good, and for me, I feel that it's not just about doctors. The pay is not good for anybody, of course, because it's bad across board. It's not good for
So
doctor
not
too.
just medicine
It's
alone,
not
no
just
matter the
medicine,
department.
no matter the department, but it's just worse for doctors because when you see your colleagues outside, you feel it's more, but it's not really so.
What does a typical week look like for you?
Now or when I was in full-time hospital practice.
Okay, full time.
So let me put it. When I was in full-time hospital practice, a typical week was very busy because as a doctor, your pay, though I was working with the government, but the pay wasn't really enough to take me home. The take home was not really enough to take me home. There's a standard. You can't just live anywhere as a medical doctor. You can, and your kids can just go to any school. So um, to meet up with this status, you have to do PPs. So I work Monday to Friday in the general hospital, for example, and then if I'm on weekend call, maybe once or twice a month, I work on Saturday or Sunday. When I leave, I will pick my kids from school, drop them at home. By 7, I'm going out to the private hospital to do PP. So I work 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. as the case may be, till 7 a.m. the following day. And I'll do that for the whole week. Every night for the week, I'll sleep in the hospital, working to save patients. And then the weekend, I work 48 hours from Saturday 8 a.m. till Monday 8 a.m. Then the following week, I'll be off from that private practice. Then the next week again. So it means that during this week, when I'm working with the private hospital, I would need to miss a day because I will be on call in the general hospital, maybe once or twice, usually once. So if I'm on call at the general hospital, I would have to beg a friend of mine, my
To
friend in the
cover up
private
for you.
hospital, to cover up that day at the private hospital. So in the general hospital, I will do my call and then I'll repay it next time. So that's how it is. So like 2.5 weeks or 3 weeks in a month, I'm I'm not sleeping home. Yeah, but my kids didn't realize it until when they grew up, and I told them like, "Daddy, so you were absent like that?" They said, "Yeah," but they never realized because I'll drop them in school, I'll pick them from school, I will attend their
So you leave
PTA.
your
I
work,
will
you leave work to like.
if they when they were closing when they have to close early, I'll leave work, take excuse, go out, pick them, drop them, come back to work, or pick them out from school, take them to my own work till I finish,
Oh wow.
depending. But in most cases, I think I would close and then pick them and then go.
How do you manage burnout? Because
I I usually don't get burnt out. Yeah, I think because I don't take life seriously. Yes, I don't. It's not I didn't learn it actively. Maybe it's in my gene. I play a lot. And when I'm seeing patients, I'm cracking jokes and the patients are like, wow, I like this doctor. Before they are done, they are healed already. I'm just writing the prescription and they're just going to take the drug. They will take the way I've said it. I love to crack jokes. So when things happen to, I'm like, uh, we'll be fine. And people are running like, what's the problem? Can you just calm down? So I don't really get burnt out like that.
Even when you were doing that shift,
Shifts. Even when I have very disturbing nights, like the hospital is full and I'm just having fun. When you feel life is worth living, you won't get burnt out. You will feel stressed. If there was a time I got stressed up in medical school, but even after that, I just moved on. Like it's just life. So when you are doing a job that you don't see as a job like that, you won't get burnt out. You're just having fun. Like, oh, this is interesting. Oh, I love it. And then patients come and say, oh, thank you, doctor. Oh, it was just as if it was a drug you wrote. You that put it there and you just knocked it off. So I feel good and I want to do more.
that's
So
nice.
my mates are closing at 4. I'm closing at 4:30 or 5. The doctor on call is there, but I'm not leaving yet because there are a lot of patients in the waiting room. And I'm looking at the doctor on call that this will be too stressful for this guy. Let me see some patients before going. It's just
Humanity.
sweet. Yeah. And because I know that whatever I do, maybe I'm also putting spirituality into it. I feel I'll be rewarded. I'll get my salary, but I'll still be rewarded. So it doesn't. I don't really get burnt out like that.
Just was there ever a mistake that taught you an important lesson, whether in med school or when you're practicing as a doctor?
Mm. There was one. Even though I don't know I didn't get the feedback. I was a medical student and we went for outside posting at General Hospital, um, Island Maternity Hospital. So the medical officer told me to run the um, oxytocin, put it in the
Fluid?
normal saline, and then run it. But I didn't realize until when it was like half. Then I just pumped everything, and then it was going at the same rate. And the patient was complaining. I was wondering what's the problem.
What's going
It
on?
was later. I think when I go back to school, maybe like a week or two, I was reading. I'm like, I
You're
hope
supposed
nothing
to do
really
that.
bad. I hope it was not really bad for that patient. So I still remember the like last week, and I felt bad. I'm like, I don't know what happened to that child. I don't know what happened to
So you
that
never
woman.
heard.
I never got a feedback from it.
That's sad. Have you ever doubted yourself as a doctor?
After becoming a doctor, right?
Yes.
In the beginning, yes, because I had an extra year. I had extra year in school.
Mm.
So when I graduated, I felt, are you sure you'll be able to practice? I don't think you know you know what you should be doing. Then because I read a lot of books, self-help books, self-development books, I read a lot, positive thinking and all that. I just told myself like for them to have given me, in fact, they will say candidates who satisfy the examiner. So it means I satisfied them. For me to have been called and inducted as a medical doctor, I'll be fine. That was the only time I ever. After that time, I've never doubted myself once.
Have you ever lost a patient, and how do you cope with losing a patient?
Hmm. I lost the first patient. Let me talk about the first patient I lost as a medical doctor. I was a house officer, and the resident doctor. So I did my house job in Luth. So the resident doctor was not around. I think he went to the ward or something. So it was myself and the other house officer that was with the patient in the emergency room, children emergency room. So they brought in this emergency, and this child was practically gasping. So we wanted to set line, and then the patient had gastroenteritis, vomiting, stooling. So we're looking for the vein, punctured, 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 punctured. And we just saw that the patient was limp. Checked, and then we saw the cardinal signs of death. And then we had to certify it. It was very, very traumatic for me. Very, very, very sad. Yes.
How
I've
did
lost
you cope
patience.
with it?
I I just said to myself that I think I did what I needed to do as a young doctor, and maybe they came to the hospital too late because the boy had lost a lot of water, was severely dehydrated. They said maybe it's not your fault, maybe it's not your fault. But I kept remembering.
Have you ever considered leaving medicine?
Well, yeah,
What was the reason?
I left medicine partly because I just see patients. Even though I would say I still see patients because I'm a clinical psychologist now, so they still come to the hospital. But full time hospital practice, medical practice,
You left that
just
life?
yeah,
Have you ever considered relocating abroad?
yeah. In the beginning, when we graduated from school, within 1 year or two, yeah, the second year, I just said that all my friends are relocated.
So you wanted to relocate too?
So well, I didn't. It wasn't really me. It was my wife that said, "Are you sure it's good decision we took? Because everybody is traveling. I mean, no." That's why I asked my friend in the UK, and he said, "Guy, just stick here. You guys, you said you wanted to stay here. Just stay here. See, there is a lot of story. Told me some story, but you know, they'll be back.
So it's not really that nice. It's not all that rosy.
No, it's not that rosy. They are a lot of doctors abroad. They are not practicing. Yes, they finish from medical school in Nigeria. They can't get to practice there. I'm serious. A lot of them. A lot.
But how did you do your USMLE and
Forget
you
that one.
pass?
Forget that one. There's still a lot of issues. It's not like it's like that for everybody, but at least some people are not able to.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
it's not automatic. Well, it's not automatic.
What advice will you consider? Will you give someone that is considering leaving medicine?
Living. I would I would tell the person to do a check. I will ask the person to also read a book, Roadmap to Success by John Maxwell. Do analysis. Because it may not be a senseless thing if the person wants to do medicine. It may be a good thing if the person is not really caught out for medicine, for medical practice. How would the person do? I have a friend that after house job, he became a banker. He's been a banker since. After house job, he went to do ICANN.
Ooh.
Yeah. You have to check what's your calling. Maybe medical school because your parents wanted you to, or because your friends read medicine. You need to check your calling. But it's good to be a doctor. It's really good.
What advice will you give a current medical student?
Study hard. Just study so that I can finish in record time. Study hard. And also have a plan of becoming an entrepreneur. Yes, you may not be cut out to be an entrepreneur, but you can partner with somebody who is cut out to be an entrepreneur because everybody wants to be rich. You can't. Everybody can be rich.
This
Everybody,
economy?
everybody can actually be rich, but everybody won't eventually be rich. Then you can't be rich by because you're a medical doctor. You are still in paid employment. You can't be rich. But when you are in a entrepreneurship or in partnership, you have ideas to create solutions to people's problems. As a medical doctor, you will still be rich.
What mistake do you think medical students make a lot?
In medical school, uh, maybe for those that make mistake, actually, people like me that will need to do exam twice before. Well,
Honestly, I don't feel that's a bad thing because medical school is hard
no,
already.
no, no, it's not really hard.
Medical school is hard.
It's not hard. Let me tell you why it's hard. It's hard because you think it's hard. There's nothing in medical school. Not because I've passed through it, but because I know that there are people that were not as intelligent as me
But
and they didn't take any exam. I'm serious.
it's so consistent people.
Consistent. Consistency, that's it. But for me, I can play a lot.
I feel like the whole stuff is too bulky and for you
Even
to
as bulky as it is, there are some things you can do. Go to class, then you don't have to read
everything.
everything, but be consistent. If you're consistent and treat past questions, because past question, I didn't like reading past question much.
What
But
about school
there
that
are some
has
people that will come out of incourses like this and they will say,
that,
92, everything was 1992. And me, I did not change any past question.
what about school that doesn't have past question?
AI makes it easy now. If you have notes, give AI to say questions for you. Just practice. Because when you practice questions, it helps you with retention. One way to retain well is practice questions. Practice questions.
Would you rather ask somebody to take coffee or would you rather sleep?
I don't advise coffee. I think the person should just sack himself and read
Just sleep.
because the body can do it. Coffee is still substance. Yeah,
What's the most overrated medical specialty?
overrated, right?
Yes.
Maybe surgery, maybe neurosurgery. So neurosurgery is overrated. Yes, the results in Nigeria is still very appalling. They don't get good results. They just it's more like I don't know what it
I
is
feel
now,
like
but the
that's
last
the
time I heard,
most stressful specialty, sir.
yes, is that's why it's most overrated. How much success did they really make from it? For me, the last time I checked, they're not making much success. They just go into brain and what do they get? Maybe when the environment becomes better, maybe they'll get better results. I think it's most
Are
overrated.
you talking about only in Nigeria or across the world?
Maybe in Nigeria.
Okay.
Actually, generally across the world, because you see, anything you any specialty you choose is fine. You will make money. You'll be good. You'll be happy if you choose it because you want to make impact. If you love it, you have the skill set. You learn it. You'll be fine and you'll make money.
Three words to describe medicine.
Three words. Three words. God's chosen career. What will I call it? God's chosen career. Seriously, because the only career that I can rate higher than medicine is teaching. Maybe because I'm a teacher now. Okay.
Okay. So this is my final question. What final message would you like to leave for aspiring doctors and young healthcare professionals?
So it's that they should choose it, and if you were convinced by your parents, it's still okay, right? But you must choose to practice it. It's your calling. And if you don't love it, don't bother practicing because you're going to just be a burden to the patient and you'll be a burden to the world. If you are happy with it, you do it well, you make results, you make money, and you will grow, and other things will come. But if you don't choose it, you don't fall in love with it, or you don't accept it, you're just going to be a burden to the world and to your patients. So, cheers.
Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you so much for staying with us. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you in my next video. Bye.